Welcome back to the Lost Boys story, Chapter 3, Trust.
We are definitely not strangers to the hand of God moving at CFH. And you know how we can tell when it's Him?
In a million years, we never thought we would see these boys again. And yet here we are face to face against all odds. This has the distinct fingerprints of God all over it. He's doing things bigger than we could ever ask for, and He's doing them more beautifully than we could ever imagine.
We know this isn't a coincidence, and we are not going to waste this moment that we've been given. On the amazing day that we found Junior, we were also a little sad because we did not find Joseph. Junior arrived with about 6 of his friends. It was an intelligent mix of street smarts and curiosity. After they got off the phone with me, everybody went out and had some lunch, got to know each other. Of course, we didn't just feed the boys we came for, we fed all of their friends. We know these boys have become like a family. We know if we want to win with them, we're going to have to win with all their friends. These kids are really lucky if they get 1 meal a day. Putting food in a belly goes a long way toward building trust. After lunch, Eric gave them his phone number and told them to call if they need anything. Nobody was quite sure what the next step would be, but the phone rang a couple days later.
Unfortunately, it was Junior needing medical attention. He was in a fight, and he got hit in the head with a rock really hard at the base of his skull. We got pictures at the clinic to verify everything, and it was a big hematoma, but in another way, it was an open door to build trust with them again. We knew we were also being tested to see if we were real, if we would pick up the phone and show up when they needed us. But even though we all passed our first test, there was still no Joseph. You see, he'd been scared to come on the first day when Musa found them. He didn't want to get sent back to a remand home. On top of that, he was pretty badly injured from being struck by a boda, which is a motorcycle that acts like a taxi all over Kampala. But just a couple more short days later, we got another call, and it was Joseph. After helping with the medical bills for Junior, the chatter was started, and they were beginning to build trust. His wound had gotten infected, and he was running a high fever. This time we decided to get Alan on a bike and get him down there to meet the boys again. Personally took them to the clinic to make sure that they got the care they deserved. He's the perfect person to go down and be with them because he was one of them. He looks like they look, he can talk the way they talk. They can trust him. That same day, Peace had also agreed to go down with Alan. He asked her to give her professional opinion about the boys' situation and what we should do about it. Alan said it was just awesome to work with Peace because she was so good with the boys. She got them laughing. She started to hear their stories. We started getting enough information to begin making a plan. We know everything we do going forward is going to have to be a choice on their part. But our little organization has grown up a lot in 4 years, and we know that we're equipped for the task. We've been down to the ghetto 5 times in the last 3 weeks. Each time it costs us about $50 because we buy lunch for all the boys and whatever their medical need or material need is. We bought sandals, shirts, and pants this week. Trust is coming a lot faster than we actually expected. They're falling in love with us, and the feeling is definitely mutual.
So while we're all still shaking our heads wondering how this can possibly be happening, we know we're being called to grow. These kids fit squarely under our umbrella. So CFH is starting a transition house to get boys off the street. We're calling it the Matthew 2540 Project, and it begins now. This is the point you get to jump into the story. $50, you can help us during this critical stage of trust building. Chapter 4 is only going to get more exciting. We're building a budget right now for a house and a school plan and ministry to help these kids get off the street. Now is the time to partner.